Is it time?
My daughter.
Daughter-in-law, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're on a bus now.
Love runs high.
Gail has a young family, moving to Rome and getting a lucrative job turns out to be the thing that kind of disintegrates the family.
Miss Getty, we have your son.
$17 million to release him.
I don't have any money.
Get it from your father-in-law. He has all the money in the world.
Well, Miss Williams, I have to say congratulations to such a great performance.
Thank you.
Another award-winning performance in All the Money in the World. I understand that there wasn't much material for this character. So how did you learn and research prior to this production?
So there was a bit of existing material in that Gail Getty had given interviews about her experience of the kidnapping. So there was a first-person account of what she went through and her feelings about it and her relationships with people during that time. Mm-hmm. And then there were also a few clips that I found on the internet that were, I don't know what I would have done without them in terms of who she was physically, intellectually, emotionally, how she carried herself, how she spoke, her very specific manner of speaking, her how she held herself, her speech was really aimed for clarity and precision and understanding. It was a time that it felt like where words really mattered. There wasn't the same kind of soup of information that we have now. So thoughts and ideas were expressed concisely and with a lot of integrity because they were few and far between. So these clips were so valuable into getting an inner workings of her mind.
Out of the way, fellas, out of the way! Hey, Salante! Attente! Salante! Attente!
My son, Paul, must be very frightened right now. I know I'm frightened for him. So to the people who took him, I don't care why you did this, but I ask as a mother that you think of your own children or of the child that you once were and set my boy free. Thank you.
My son has disappeared. Her mother should cry for her son.
All right, enough. Let the lady through. Let's go. Miss Getty, what about the son here?
Cry for her son.
Getty, I'm Magistrate Corvo. I'm the lead investigator. Would you please follow us?
Gracias.
Miss Getty, come on. Tell us more. You said you have the money. Miss Getty. It's about your son. Miss Getty.
You okay?
They want me to cry?
I admired her characters, her, just so much dignity and, strong and decisive and loving mother. And as I was watching this film, I'm thinking, did you think was she ever in love with her ex, ever? Or maybe that phase just gone after he completely just, left them, dropped them like in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, I think it was, it was incredibly fraught. Mm-hmm. Their accounting of the time, her accounting of the time, from the books that I read, she describes a little bit of the relationship that she had with her ex, and that they were, he was on and off again a partner and then not so much and trying to get their son back. So it was a really fraught relationship.
What was the most challenging scene for you to shoot in this film? I imagine the ears, the cutting ears when you received, saw the letter and your son's ear. I mean, I imagine in real life what went through her mind at that time, and she had to hold strong and not broke down at that moment.
So many. I mean, receiving the phone call, to going to the morgue, to the ear, to hearing that he won't pay anything. It's just a series of gut punches.
And working with Mr. Ridley Scott and Mr. Christopher Plummer.
Dreams come true. Dreams come true. The both
Who's
of them.
funnier, Mr. Plummer or Mr. Ridley Scott?
What's the best is when they're together. They're both so full of life and wit and naughtiness in this very kind of like sly, twinkling, great storyteller kind of way.
Wow. And it seems like what a great year for you. So you have 2 films coming out within a week?
I do, yeah.
Yes, right? The Greatest Showman on 20th and All the Money in the World on the 25th. Congratulations,
Thank
Michelle.
you so much.
You carry a gun, Mr. Chase?
I never bothered. Ruins the line of your suit.
You used to be a spy.
My child is a prisoner.
$17 million. All they will take is eye, his ear, the hand, and don't tell me you don't have the money.
My former father-in-law only buys the best. It's time for you to do whatever it is he pays you to do. Let's hope you're half as good as everything else he's bought.
We need to pay the ransom, Mr. Getty.
I do not have the money to spare.
No one has ever been richer than you are at this moment. What would it take for you to feel secure?
More.
I'm gonna find your son. You're protected from every threat. Unless that threat happens to be me. Mom. Paul, I just want to go home.
Paul.
I didn't hire an ex-CIA officer just to pay people off. I hired you to do things that other people can't or won't do.
We have to be willing to walk away.
He's my son. I can't walk away.
I don't think this is about money. It's about power.
Business.
Terry.
Family.
Tell him I'm coming.